88% of Robo-Advisor users would switch to a human advisor if they could. $2 trillion. That's how much money Robo-Advisors manage globally, using artificial intelligence from 1952? I'm not joking. The same year Queen Elizabeth became queen, the same year they invented the polio vaccine. That's when Harry Markowitz created the AI your Robo-Advisor uses today. After 20 years in institutional banking, I'm about to show you the 4 fundamental lies the Robo-Advisors industry is built on. But here's the twist. By the end of this video, you might actually thank them for lying to you. Quick disclaimer, this is education, not financial advice. Though, after these numbers, you won't need any advice anyway. Let me start with the story. Technology meeting, major bank. The head of digital transformation is presenting this revolutionary AI wealth management solution. Very exciting, very expensive. Then, this young analyst, maybe 25, raises his hand. Isn't this just Markowitz portfolio optimization with some rebalancing rules? The room went silent. You could hear the air condition, because he was absolutely right. And that brings us to lie number 1. The artificial intelligence that isn't artificial or intelligent. When Betterment and Wealthfront tell you they use sophisticated AI, here's what they're actually doing. Take your age, subtract it from 100, that's your stock percentages. Rebalance when things drift 5%. Charge you 0.25 to 1.2% annually. That's it. That's the revolutionary AI. I could teach my 2-year-old daughter this with colored blocks. Put 40 blue blocks here and 60 red blocks here. That's your stocks and bonds. When the pile gets too big, move some blocks over. Congratulations, she's now a robo-advisor. Modern portfolio theory is from 1952. The efficient frontier. Fancy name for a simple idea. Pick the right mix of stocks and bonds based on your risk tolerance. Calling this AI is like calling a bicycle a Tesla because they both have wheels. But okay, maybe it's all technology that works amazingly well. Let me show you lie number 2, the performance promise. Oxford University studied real robo-advisor accounts. Real money, real performance. The best robo-advisor returned 4.71% annually. The S&P 500 over the same period, 9.5%. Let me make this painful. You invested 10,000 euros. After 3 years with the Robo, you would have 11,496. With a simple S&P ETF, you would have 30,000. You literally paid someone 1,500 euros to lose your money. And that's the best performer. The Counter Capital Robo report tracks over 50 real accounts. Average Robo return in 2024? 10%. Sounds good. Until you realize the simple 60-40 benchmark returned 11%. They can't even beat the laziest possible investment strategy. It's like hiring a personal trainer who makes you less fit than walking around the block. And hey, if you want to see how institutional investors actually structure portfolios, not with 1942 formulas, but with real modern strategies, check out my 3-bucket system video. It's probably showing up in your feed right now. Real institutional insight, no marketing fairy tales. Now, here's where psychology destroys all logic. Lie number 3. The loyalty illusion. 88% of Robo-Advisor users would switch to a human advisor if they could. 88%. But here's what's fascinating, and I learned this watching investors' behavior for 2 decades. This isn't about performance. It's about our primal need for human connection. When we're scared. March 2020, COVID crash. Markets falling off a cliff. What did you want? An algorithm telling you maintenance allocation based on preset parameters? Or a human being saying, I understand you're worried. Let's talk through this. University of Minnesota found something remarkable. Robo-Advisor users had 12.67% better returns than human advised accounts. But they felt worse. Higher anxiety, more sleepless nights, more panic. Why? Because fear isn't rational. When you're watching your life savings evaporate, you don't want an equation from 1952. You want someone who understands this isn't just numbers on a screen. It's your kid's college fund, your retirement, your dreams. One study found investors value human advice at 5% of additional returns annually. Not because humans deliver that, they don't, but because emotional comfort is worth that much to our monkey brains. We're not rational beings. We're emotional beings who occasionally use logic, and robo-advisors completely forgot that. I saw this firsthand. A friend of mine uses a robo-advisor. March 2020, calls me panicking. "Philip, what should I do? The robo isn't answering my questions." The robot was doing fine. His portfolio was probably balanced. But he wasn't fine. He needed reassurance, not rebalancing. Now, lie number 4, the growth fantasy. The industry loved these numbers. 760% growth, 70 billion by 2032. Revolutionary disruption. You know what else had a massive growth? My nephew's laminate stands went from €1 to 10. That's 900% growth. Should we invest? Well, here's the real check. December 2023. JP Morgan shuts down its robo-advisor. Quote, "It didn't scale or become profitable." Goldman Sachs sold Marcus Invest to Betterment. These are the smartest financial institutions in the world. Unlimited budgets, best technology. And they're running away from robo-advisors like it's radioactive. Only 5% of US investors use robo-advisors after 15 years. Billions in marketing endorsement from every financial YouTuber. 5%. If this is the future of investing, the future is taking a very long coffee break. Okay, so robo-advisors are built on lies. They underperform, people hate them, and banks are abandoning them. It's close, right? Wrong. And here's where it gets brilliant. Remember that pathetic 5% adoption rate? Here's what I didn't tell you. 35% of robo-advisors users had never invested before. Never. Not a single stock, not a single ETF, nothing. The robo-advisors didn't just take their money, it broke their psychological barrier. Think about that. Millions of people sitting on cash, losing to inflation year after year. Finally, started investing because a robot made it feel safe, non-threatening, automatic, easy. It's like training wheels. Are training wheels the best way to ride a bike? Well, no. Do professional cyclists use training wheels? No. But do they get millions of kids actually riding bikes? Absolutely. In institutional banking, we call the customer acquisition cost. Banks spend hundreds of euros just to get someone to open an account. Robo-advisor, they got 35% of complete non-investors to start putting money in markets. That's not failure, that's genius. And underperforming the S&P by 5%, well, they're still beating saving account by 4%. For someone earning 0.5% in savings, suddenly earning 5% is life-changing. It's not optimal, but it's progress. My neighbor, perfect example. Scared of investing for years. Too complicated, Philip. What if I lose everything? Gets a robo-advisor. Within 6 months, he's asking me about ETFs. Now he manages his own portfolio. The robo-advisor was his gateway drug to investing. So, here's how you plan intelligently. I call it the gradient and elevate strategy. Stage 1. Months 0 to 6. Use the training wheels. Start with a robo-advisor if you're nervous. Watch how it rebalances. Learn the terminology. Get comfortable with volatility. Consider it your €25 monthly tuition for investment university. Stage 2. Months 6 to 12. Build your parallel universe. While the robo manages some money, open your own brokerage account. Buy one ETF. Just one. Add to it monthly. Notice how it's probably outperforming your robo. Stage 3. Month 12 and beyond. Radiate with honors. Transfer everything out. You've learned what you needed. You understand rebalancing, asset allocation. Most importantly, you're not scared anymore. The robo did its job. Now, fire it. The money you saved on fees, that's your first profit. 0.57% annually might not sound like much, but over 30 years on 100,000 euros, that's 75,000 euros in fees. 75,000 euros. For something you can do yourself in 10 minutes per year. Look, the robo-advisor industry is built on 4 lies. They're not using AI. They're underperforming basic indices. People desperately want to leave them. Their growth is more hype than reality. But they did one thing right. They got people investing. They turned non-investors into investors. They made the scary accessible. Use them for what they're good for, breaking your fear barrier. Then move on. Because paying someone to underperform the market with a 72-year-old mouth, that's not innovation, that's just expensive procrastination. I know, financial content isn't exactly Netflix, but the fact that you're watching, you're learning, this tells me you're serious about your financial future. And honestly, that's inspiring. Now, I have a question for you. Have you tried Robo-Advisor? What was your experience? Or are you still on the fence about investing altogether? Drop a comment below. I read everything and I mean that. Your questions literally become my next videos. If there's something about robo-advisors, ETFs, or investing that confuses you, ask me, let me know. No stupid questions, only expensive silence. If this $2 trillion revelation opened your eyes, please hit subscribe, hit like, share it with that one friend who's thinking about getting robo-advisor. It costs you nothing, but it helps me reach more people who need real financial education. Oh, and if you missed my video on how banks really use AI, it's probably in the suggestions right now. Watch that next. It'll change how you think about every AI investment product. Remember, the best robo-advisor is the one that teaches you not to need a robo-advisor. Thanks for watching, stay smart, stay skeptical, and I'll see you next week.